Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Trees podcast. Today I will summarize and review the book. Broke Millennial Takes on Investing by Erin Lowry is an approachable beginner guide for people who want to start investing but feel overwhelmed by jargon, fear of mistakes, or the idea that investing is only for the wealthy. Written in a practical, conversational style, it aims to help readers move from curiosity to confident action by breaking investing into understandable building blocks. Lowry frames investing as a tool for long-term goals and financial independence, not a get-rich-quick scheme, and she emphasizes habits, consistency, and knowing your own priorities. The book covers core concepts such as risk, diversification, and market behavior, while also addressing the real-life obstacles that keep many millennials and first-time investors stuck, including debt, inconsistent income, and anxiety about volatility. Rather than assuming a large starting balance, it focuses on realistic steps, decision frameworks, and the mindset shifts that support sustainable investing over time. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, building a foundation before you invest. A central message in the book is that investing works best when it sits on top of a stable financial base. Lowry encourages readers to clarify goals, understand cash flow, and create a safety net so investing feels like progress rather than a gamble. This means getting a clear view of income and expenses, establishing an emergency fund appropriate to your life situation, and having a plan for high-interest debt that can undercut investment returns. The emphasis is not perfection, but readiness. If you invest while constantly tapping credit cards or worrying about the next bill, you are more likely to panic sell or stop contributing. The book also helps readers define what investing is for, such as retirement, a home down payment, or future flexibility, because time horizon shapes how much risk makes sense. By framing the pre-investing phase as part of investing, Lowry helps beginners see that budgeting, saving, and debt strategy are not separate chores, but the infrastructure that supports long-term wealth building. Secondly, understanding risk, returns, and market reality. Lowry spends meaningful time demystifying what risk actually means and why it is inseparable from return. Instead of treating market ups and downs as random chaos, the book explains volatility as a normal feature of investing and highlights the importance of time in the market. Readers are guided to consider their risk tolerance and capacity, two ideas that sound similar but differ in practice. What you can emotionally handle versus what your finances can withstand. The discussion around diversification helps beginners understand why spreading investments across assets can reduce the impact of any single setback. Lowry also addresses common myths, such as the belief that you must perfectly time the market or pick winning stocks to succeed. By focusing on probabilities, long-term behavior, and realistic expectations, the book encourages a healthier relationship with uncertainty. The result is a more grounded mindset where market dips are anticipated, investing decisions are tied to goals, and discipline matters more than prediction. Thirdly, choosing accounts and getting the basics right. A practical strength of the book is its focus on the mechanics of getting started. Lowry walks readers through the purpose of different account types and the trade-offs that matter for beginners. She emphasizes that where you invest can be as important as what you invest in because taxes, access rules, and employer benefits can shape outcomes over decades. Readers learn to think in terms of priority order, such as capturing workplace plan matches when available, evaluating tax-advantaged retirement options, and understanding when a taxable brokerage account makes sense. The book also highlights key details that can easily be overlooked, including fees, contribution limits, and the difference between automated contributions and manual investing. By breaking the process into steps, it reduces the intimidation factor of opening accounts and placing the first trades or fund purchases. The overall aim is to help readers avoid early unforced errors and set up a structure that is easy to maintain. Fourthly, investment options explained without the hype. For many new investors, the hardest part is deciding what to buy. Lowry addresses this by explaining common investment vehicles and how they behave, focusing on clarity rather than trend chasing. The book outlines how stocks and bonds differ, what funds are, and why broad diversification is often a friend to beginners. It also discusses how simplicity can beat complexity when you are learning. A straightforward portfolio that matches your goals and risk level can be easier to stick with than a flashy strategy that depends on constant attention. Readers are introduced to the idea that long-term investing is frequently about minimizing costs, avoiding unnecessary trading, and letting compounding do the heavy lifting. Lowry also cautions against confusing entertainment with strategy, including the emotional rush of speculation. By framing investment choices as tools, not trophies, the book helps readers build a portfolio that serves their life rather than their ego. Lastly, behavior, automation, and staying invested. The book underscores that the biggest threat to a beginner portfolio is often not the market but the investor behavior around it. Lowry tackles the emotional side of investing, including fear during downturns, envy when others seem to be earning more, and decision paralysis from too much information. She recommends systems that reduce the need for constant willpower, such as automated contributions, periodic rebalancing, and a written plan that defines what you will do when markets fall. The goal is to turn investing into a repeatable habit rather than a series of high-stress decisions. Lowry also encourages readers to keep learning while filtering noise, focusing on principles that stay true across economic cycles. This topic ties together the book's overall message. Consistent contributions, patience, and a plan are often more powerful than brilliance. When readers adopt a long view and reduce emotional reactions, investing becomes a sustainable part of their financial life. In conclusion, this book is well-suited for first-time investors, millennials who feel behind, and anyone who understands they should invest but has not taken action because the process seems confusing or intimidating. It is also useful for readers who have started but feel unsure about account choices, risk, or how to stay calm when markets move. The benefit to a reader's life comes from replacing vague anxiety with a workable plan. You learn how to prepare your finances, choose an investing path that fits your goals, and set up habits that keep you moving forward even when motivation dips. That shift can improve day-to-day confidence while building long-term security. Compared with many investing books that assume large incomes or dive deeply into technical analysis, Lowry focuses on practical decisions and behavior, the areas where beginners often struggle most. The tone is accessible, the steps are actionable, and the guidance emphasizes sustainability over hype. For readers who want a clear starting point and a framework they can actually follow, it is a worthwhile buy in a crowded personal finance category. If you would like to support Erin Lowry, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.